can we agree on all the truths
Mhm.
of this objective situation?
Yeah.
Um, when that day comes, that'll be great if it's on the outside, but really we need that on the inside.
Yes, absolutely.
Knowledge of self.
Yes,
So
100%.
yeah, so we're just in this stage right now where we are creating institutions to better educate people of this cultural ancestral line.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Because there are some forces that appear to be objective. However, I also believe that they're just being tribal. They're just doing what humans do to protect their tribe.
Yeah, and that makes sense.
Yeah.
And you talked about like the inside, right? And that's what a lot of people don't do, kind of like the self work. And do you really know your identity? Do you know yourself without your tribe, without certain people, certain groups around you? And like, what is your mindset and your thinking? And so for me, if it's not obvious, I'm biracial, so I'm Black and white, and also Native Cherokee, and so for me, identity has been a huge thing, like a huge thing. Who do I identify with, and where do I fit in? And I think kind of fitting in as a biracial child and as a woman that's biracial, I'm probably finally at the age of 34 coming into like understanding myself and who I am and being comfortable with that. My hair, I never rocked my hair like this. Like, this is 3 years of growth after chopping it off from straightening it for years and years and dyeing it like completely blonde, like all those things. And it wasn't because I wanted to identify as more white. It was just at the time and where I was living, that's kind of what the trend was, and kind of following suit. And but I also grew up in a Black community. Like, I was raised by primarily my mother's mom, so my grandmother, and my dad. And, but I've always identified, I guess you can say in a sense, more with my Black side of my family, and identify as a Black woman. So, it's just really kind of understanding those things. And I've told that I'm very relatable to a lot of people, but people will look at me and they'll automatically assume like I'm Hispanic, or I've had people come speak Spanish to me, and then I had a lady get mad at me because I didn't say it back, and I was like, I'm not Hispanic, I'm sorry, like, so kind of all of those things. But it's like the cultural responsiveness comes down to like that level, and how are you open-minded to people. And for me in general, like, I don't respond to people, even children, and even as I taught, I don't look at them based off of what they look like. It's your character. How are you approaching me? How are you talking to me? And, and sometimes we have to kind of speak up on the spot. I'll tell you this, and some people don't like to go out to eat with me because I kind of like can sense a lot of people's like energy, and especially like when it's say if you're out to eat and maybe not a place that's like comfortable for all people, if you know what I mean. And so if I'm in a place where I feel that I'm gonna have like a little bit of tension kind of walking into a room, and I've had a waitress at one point, I recall, she kind of, you could tell like she just felt some type of way towards the group of people I was at my table